Well, it is the cheating scandal that has rocked the internet, Hollywood, universities across the nation. You know the names involved by now because it has just exposed how far some parents will go to get their children into the college that they want. Maybe not that the kids want, but what the parents want. We have a guest with us in studio for some perspective tonight, some helpful tips. Dr. Wendy Rice, hello, welcome. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Licensed psychologist with the Rice Psychology Group. And I know you blogged about this today. Everybody's been talking about this, and we appreciate your perspective. Let's talk about the pressure first. You know, why is it? Because it seems, I've got two teenage daughters. We're going through the same thing right now. Does it seem like why is there so much more pressure now to have our kids get into the right colleges, whether we think it's right for them or right for us?
So I think there's always been pressure. We seem to throw social media under the bus a lot, but I think we live in a 24-hour news cycle. I think wealthy, well-known people who are trying to maintain a certain image, and then it's all over the internet and it's all over everything. And I think people believe that you have to follow these steps in order to assure a successful life. I don't know that I agree with that. I think there's a lot of different paths you can take to get to the end.
Because not all two kids are created equal, we know that.
No.
Some of them need to be pushed at a little bit different pace, whether you're talking about grades or testing, which is kind of the precursor, of course, before we do the applications. And I guess that's the question, how far is too far to go to really help them, to really be pushing them with their SAT and SAT prep?
Well, we know now that hiring somebody to change your child's answers is too far. Faking a disability in your child to get accommodations is too far, and pretending that your child plays a sport that they don't play, also too far. Right. But I think in general, high school kids, especially in 10th and 11th grade, are working very, very hard. They're doing school, they're taking APs, they're doing SAT tutors. They're making sure that they take extra classes online to make sure that they boost their GPA. You have to know your child. And if your child is driving that, then that's one thing. But if the parents are driving the pushing, I get concerned that some of the kids are going to get even burnt out before they get to college.
Sure.
And some kids are self-propelling, and other kids need parents to push and set very clear expectations for them.
And I think that's where a lot of parents struggle. I have two kids, two teenagers who, thankfully, they're doing very well in high school, but they're at that point where we want to be able to give them all of the foundations that they can to do well, but at the same time, you don't want to be that overly aggressive parent. So that's the hard part, is really listening to them, I guess, and managing their stress and making sure this is what they want too.
Right, and I think it's important to set expectations, and some kids need you to be all over them, and some kids really need the space to do it themselves, and having that conversation, is it helpful if I push you? Is it helpful if I check your grades with you? Would you like me to give you X amount of time and we'll check in, once a month and see how things are going? You kind of got to listen to your kid, and if your kid says, hey, I can do it myself, please get off my back, then give them a shot. Say, okay, let's reconvene in 4 weeks or 3 weeks and let's see how it's going. I'd love for you to be doing this yourself.
And how about managing expectations? Maybe we should be, because we know about decision day when it comes up. Did your child get in? Where are they going? That's so much pressure for them. Should we be starting managing those expectations for maybe what's the right school, the right place for you much earlier?
Yes, and I think the message to all the kids needs to be, there's a place for everyone. There's a path for everyone. Everyone doesn't, to have a successful life. If you want to be a lawyer, there's 50 different ways to become a lawyer. Or if you want to be a plumber, or whatever it is that you want to do. Most parents want their kids to be able to get jobs, but there's so many different paths to take. And maybe your kid starts at the community college and then goes to university, or takes a gap year and then goes to college, or really wants to go abroad.
Sure.
So the broader perspective you can take, the better your kids will be, so that they don't think there's only one road to success.
Big fan of the community college route. It worked for me, thankfully, and I know it's worked for a lot of students as well. So managing that pressure works, but I guess just talking to your
And listen.
I'm talking to, listen, get
well,
the information.
right. Listen, make sure you
Thank you, Dr. Rice. We'll hopefully see you this time next week.
Yes.
All right, sounds good.
Take care.
Take it away, Kevin.
Hey, Mark, Laney are home tonight.